100 billion. To date, there are over 100 billion observable galaxies out there, making it a little over 10 galaxies for each human being alive today. With advancement in technology, we could probably discover a whole lot more than that. From the dawn of civilization, man has always been fascinated with the stars. From studying constellations and assigning zodiacs to worshipping them. The ancient Greeks, pioneers of astronomy, considered celestial bodies as deity. The Romans went as far as naming the planets after their gods and goddesses. Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Mars. (2026), that's a current year, Earth time. To be more specific, it's the 24th of January 2026, making it over 520 days since takeoff and exactly 365 days since we landed. Sorry, 366, considering the past leap year back home. I'm Captain Andrew Martin, giving this report on year 1 of the dusty red planet. 1969, NASA made it possible for man to walk on the moon.
Thank you very much. No, it'll be a good one.
This gave all of humanity hope as far as space exploration was concerned. Walk on the moon today, walk on Mars tomorrow. Or so it seemed. But it appeared mankind gave up on the giant leaps and instead opted for baby steps. It only had to take a lunatic visionary like Elon Musk to get us here. Over half a century later, roaming on the dusty red Mars. Understanding that Earth-Mars synchronization takes place every 2 years, the plan was plain and simple. Get 2 cargo ships here by 2022 and 4 more by 2024 to contain cargo, to contain crew. And that was the first step to colonizing Mars. The plan was plain and simple, but the execution was not so. SpaceX needed a helping hand, so they involved the Stephen Hawking Space Center. And that's how I came in. What we had to go through before coming here cannot compare to the actual experience. To think the Navy SEAL training we went through would be enough to prepare us physically. The cold nights in Antarctica and hot days in Dalo, Ethiopia cannot compare to the experience we had in the first few months here. And that was with our protective suits on whilst in the space shuttle. The mental training we undertook was not sufficient enough to prepare us psychologically for the long days, the difference in surrounding, to top it up the effect of the 2 moons. Phobos and Davos took a toll on 2 of our ship crew members who had a series of lunatic episodes and took their own lives, failing to cope with the torture. But as man has done over the course of time, we the survivors have been able to fight back and adapt to the harsh conditions. The top 3 goals were not to run out of breath, stay conscious and not freeze to death. So in the first 3 months, we achieved this by going down, building an underground base that will protect us from extreme weather and give us the ability to recycle the air. From the flexible solar panels, we created a sandy cheeks like door, which operated with 2 functions, as a weather shield and a power generator. After that, we used the Spacey process to produce methane and oxygen from the ice contained in the South Polar ice caps and from the CO2 in the atmosphere. This has helped us to build a habitable surface base, store enough water, oxygen, methane to sustain us for just as long as we have been here, and to do minuscule farming. We are the first human Martians, and we are paving way for mankind to become a multi-planetary species.